Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is boy Jamar for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar for here once again, and I'm glad to finally be getting back into the swing of making my videos. There's been a lot going on the past, week or so, but I'm trying to get back into the groove. I don't want to neglect you guys, but so we're here to quickly discuss, and I really do mean quickly. I really doubt that this video will be any longer than 10 minutes because this is the first part of this Housewives reunion was boring as hell. Like, they didn't really say or talk about anything that we didn't already say ourselves on social media. There was the part that they had with Kandi and Phaedra, which we'll get to real quick, but we're gonna do just a quick honorable mentions of what happened. Andy brings out the fact that Phaedra called Kenya oatmeal face, and she said something about, oh, you're attacking my looks, and she was like, no, I'm attacking your skin, bitch. And I thought that shit was actually kind of funny. Then we figure out that Kenya's product that she had displayed with water at the time of her, is going to be sent to CVS stores nationwide. I'm like, okay, I guess, girl, that's a cute little accomplishment. So, and then of course, Portia had to throw her little shade about, said, oh, it worked really well for my friend and her pet. And Todd drank breast milk. Just gonna, I mean, I guess if the child can do it, it shouldn't be anything wrong with it. But just mentally, So now we get to Kandi versus Phaedra, or Kandi and her clique versus Phaedra and Portia, more so or less. Because I had really forgotten about that whole Don Juan situation. And long story short, I really do think that had Don Juan not, tiptoed his little, twinkle-toed ass into the goddamn conversation, then the situation wouldn't have blown up the way that it was. Because it sounded like, Portia and Phaedra just having a conversation about, the issues that they've been having with Todd in the video. Okay, cool. It really didn't feel like it was going much of anywhere. Then Don Juan asked him to cop in the conversation, talking about, oh, you saying shit to me about Kandi, and I guess he was throwing all sorts of low blows and shit. And I'm just like, okay, so you're trying to make this into more than what it really is. Granted, I mean, it's a situation where somebody didn't pay for the services that they did, and they were just, having their own little squabble. But then Don Juan just took it to a whole nother level, instigating shit that didn't even need to be instigated, making people second guess and second judge people, and it was just a hot mess. And I believe Portia 100% when she was like, he was just doing that shit for camera time, because Don Juan is a token messy gay, and he's doing all this for camera time, but it's really not good camera time. Like, we're annoyed with his character. At least I am. Okay? And, I'm part of the LGBT community myself, and I'm just like, this whole token gay, being messy, catty, yes, girl, read, bitch, is really old. That's why I kind of like, how, sidetrack here, is how Jamal is represented on Empire. How he's not like the token gay, but he's still, is a representative of the community. Like, I like that sort of angle of the gay man, not this whole Don Juan, Miss Derek J. What was that girl name that was on? That was Kenya's best friend twirling and shit. What was his name? Miss Lawrence. Yeah, I ain't too much of a fan of that shit. Now, lastly, the only real interesting part for this reunion is this whole Kenya versus Kim thing. Kenya shot herself in the foot with this shit. She just should have just kept her mouth shut, because if she was trying to go on and on, trying to pretend like she wasn't comparing or isn't jealous of Kim Fields, when in fact somebody on Twitter has said Kim literally has everything that Kenya wants. Longevity in a career, a husband, children, and a finished house. So you can't even be mad, because Kenya's just, she was trying to say, oh, I'm not trying to say that my career is better than hers, or her career is better than mine, but just remember that I brought you onto this show, and she said, I'm the star of the show, and everybody else looking like the what? Excuse me? Even Candy had to dress like, girl, you just tried to say you was the star of the show and this, that, and the fourth. And Kim let in and let have with a simple phrase. She's like, you know what? I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm just going to let social media have at it with that soundbite. And Lord knows, and I just scrolled upon my timeline, people were dragging Kenya's name through the goddamn mud. I'm like, see, bitch, that's why you just don't know when to shut the fuck up. You just don't know when to shut the fuck up. Kenya, like, you are a star on a reality show. And you really haven't been able to expound much outside of that reality show, okay? You might put a product out here and there, but it's really nothing that can really carry you to where you could leave the show and still be relevant. So that's why, even though Kim Fields doesn't necessarily work on this platform, that's okay because the bitch is paid regardless and has the utmost, you know, has a name that's respected in the industry. So, I mean, in Kenya, you're a joke in the industry. Don't nobody really too much give you much of anything. You're just a, you know, the punchline most of the time. So we can't really take you seriously. So that's why, you know, it's so easy for Kim to shade you because she has receipts. So that's why it's just like, girl. And then next week is when shit gets real good because Kim was, you know, Kim wasn't having it with Kenya this time. She was like, look, this is the reunion. I probably ain't gonna be coming back on this show, so I'm gonna let you have it here and now while I have the chance, okay? And like Candy said, I was actually here for this version of Miss Kim. I'm like, okay, I like this. So next week, I'm waiting for Nene and the husbands to come on because that's when the shit seemed like it was getting good. But that was pretty much all for this part one, y'all. There really wasn't much to it. But yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all up later with these hoes of Potomac because I didn't talk about them last week, but I'm gonna discuss the main thing that went on last week with that whole husband shit. Because then it expounds and gets even more, you know, bigger this week. So we're going to talk about that. Make sure y'all go check out that video. But that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.